IELTS bite.
Imagine this situation. Just picture it in your mind. You walk into a very serious courtroom.
Oh, wow. Okay, a courtroom.
Yeah, very formal, right? The room is completely quiet, and the judge looks down at you from this high wooden desk.
Sounds incredibly stressful, honestly.
Right, it is. But imagine you look up at the judge, you smile, and you just say, "What's up, dude? How's it going today?"
Oh, no. You'd probably go straight to jail for saying that.
You definitely might.
Yeah.
But here's the really interesting question about that. Your grammar in that sentence was actually perfect.
That is true. What is up, dude, is a perfectly constructed English sentence.
Exactly. You didn't make a vocabulary mistake at all, and you didn't make a grammar mistake. So why are you in trouble?
Well, I mean, because you used the completely wrong words for that specific room. You sounded way too casual for such a serious environment.
Exactly. And welcome to our conversation today. We are going to talk about a feeling that almost every single language learner knows.
Yes, it is the fear of using the right words in the wrong room.
Yeah, exactly. I know this feeling very well. And we want this discussion today to feel like, two friends just chatting in a cozy living room.
Right, just sharing ideas together. And you, listening to us right now, you are part of this living room too.
That is exactly right. So throughout our talk today, we're going to ask you to participate. We want you to actually speak English out loud with us.
Yeah, it is a completely safe space to practice. No one is listening and no one is grading you.
Right. Before we started recording today, we were talking about that feeling of panic.
Oh yes, the panic. Many adult English learners experience this all the time.
It's that sudden fear, right? When you open your mouth to speak and you just worry you sound strange.
Definitely. Your heart beats a little faster, your hands might even sweat a little bit.
Yeah, and you think, am I sounding foolish right now?
But the interesting part is, this fear is often not about grammar at all.
Right, because people study grammar for years. They know the rules perfectly.
Yes, but they still feel anxious. It's like, they feel like they're wearing the wrong clothes to a party, but with their words.
I love that comparison. They worry they sound too stiff, maybe, like a textbook. Or maybe too relaxed. They just feel out of place.
Out of place. That is a beautiful way to describe it. It is not about being wrong.
Yeah.
It is simply about not fitting the environment.
Yeah. So let's ask our listener right now a quick question for everyone listening. When was the last time you felt nervous speaking English?
Was it at work? Maybe with a friend? Or just at a store?
Take a few seconds and say your answer out loud right now. Just a few words is fine.
We will give you a second. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you for sharing that with us. And whatever situation you just named, please know that your feeling is completely normal.
It really is. I mean, I have felt that way many times in my own language journey. You know the vocabulary, but you just worry you sound too formal or too casual.
Right. And this exact problem brings us to a very powerful concept in language learning. It is a concept that kind of changes everything.
It really does. It is called register.
Register? That is a great word. But what exactly does it mean when we talk about language?
Well, register is a simple but really deep idea. It is the idea that language is not just right or wrong.
Okay, so what is it then?
It means that language changes based on the room you are in. You shift or change your language to fit the situation.
Oh, I see. So it is kind of like adjusting the volume on a radio. Sometimes you need it loud and sometimes quiet.
Exactly. But here, you are adjusting your words. You are tuning your language to the environment.
That makes total sense.
And to do this well, there are three main variables. A variable is just, a part that changes.
Right, something that varies.
Exactly. There are three parts that make up your register. Let's break them down slowly so they're really easy to understand.
Okay, let's do it. What is the first one?
The first one is called the field.
The field, like a field of green grass. What does that mean in language?
It is a little different here. Field simply means what is happening. What is the topic of your conversation?
Oh, okay. The topic.
Yeah. Are you talking about cooking a family dinner, or are you talking about a complex legal contract?
Okay, that makes sense. The topic changes the vocabulary.
Exactly.
Like if I am talking about cooking, I use very specific words. I say things like chop the onions or boil the water, right?
Right. But what if the field changes to a legal discussion?
Then the words change completely. I would use words like contract or guilty or evidence.
Spot on. The field dictates the vocabulary you use.
Okay, I think I get it. Let's practice this idea together with the listener.
Good idea.
Listener, I'm going to ask you a question. What is a topic you know a lot about? Could be a hobby, your job, maybe a sport you play.
Even a video game works perfectly.
Yes. Just take a few seconds and say the topic out loud.
Go ahead, just say the topic.
Awesome. That topic you just named, that is your field. When you talk about that topic, you use a specific register.
Exactly. Now let's look at the second variable. This one is really, really important.
Okay, what is it?
It is called the tenor.
Tenor. Like the singer. No, wait. Who is involved when we talk about the tenor?
You guessed it. Tenor is exactly that who is involved.
Yeah.
It is all about your relationship with the person you are speaking to.
Oh, the relationship.
Yeah. Are you talking to your mother? Are you talking to your boss? Or are you talking to a complete stranger on the street?
Oh, wow. This is a big one. This changes everything about how I speak.
It really does, doesn't it?
Definitely. I speak completely differently to my best friend than I do to a police officer.
I certainly hope so. Your tenor changes because the power dynamic changes.
Right, the level of closeness is different.
Exactly. You are very relaxed with your friend, but you are respectful and polite with the police officer.
Let me try to give an example to make sure I understand.
Please do.
Imagine I have a really big problem at my job. Like something went very wrong.
Okay, a stressful situation at work.
Yeah. If I'm talking to my friend at a cafe later, I might say, man, it's a massive headache at work right now.
Yes. Massive headache is a very natural, casual phrase to use with a friend.
Right. But imagine I am in a formal meeting with the CEO of my company. I probably would not say massive headache.
Definitely not. You would shift your register, you would change the tenor.
Yeah, I would say something like, this situation presents a significant operational challenge.
Look at that. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
Massive headache becomes significant operational challenge.
But it means the exact same thing.
It does, but the tenor is different. The relationship you have with the listener is different.
Wow. Same meeting, just a different room.
Precisely. Let's have our listener try this one because it is so useful.
Yes. Listener, I want you to imagine you are greeting your absolute best friend in the whole world.
You haven't seen them in a month.
Exactly. How would you say hello to them? Say it out loud right now.
Go ahead, say hello to your best friend.
I bet that was a very warm, casual greeting. Maybe you smiled and said, hey, what's up? So good to see you.
Right. Now let's change the tenor. Imagine you are walking into that serious courtroom we talked about earlier.
Oh, back to the judge.
Yes. You must greet the judge. How do you say hello to a judge? Say it out loud.
Try it now. Greet the judge.
Excellent. You probably said something like, good morning, Your Honor, or maybe just good morning, sir.
Yeah, you just shifted your register.
Yeah.
You adjusted the volume of your language.
Exactly. Okay, so we have the field, which is the topic.
Yeah.
And we have the tenor, which is the relationship.
So what is the third variable?
The third one is called mode.
Mode. Okay, what does mode mean here?
Mode is how the communication is delivered.
How it is delivered, like in a box.
No, like the format. Is it spoken out loud? Is it written down?
Oh, I see.
Is it a quick text message on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it a very formal email printed on paper?
Okay, I understand. Writing a quick text message to my coworker is a very different mode than writing a formal report.
Exactly. Even if you are talking about the exact same topic, the mode changes the words you choose.
Yeah, think about how you text. In a text message, you might use emojis.
Right, and you might use abbreviations, like spelling the word you with just the letter U.
Yeah, and I rarely use capital letters in texts.
But in an email to a new client.
Oh, I use full sentences. I check my spelling carefully. I start with, Dear Mr. Smith.
Right. The mode dictates the formality. Spoken language is usually more casual than written language.
This all makes so much sense. But, talking about this brings up a really common concern I hear.
Oh, what kind of concern?
Well, I have heard this from many adult English learners. Sometimes people push back on this whole idea of changing their register.
Really? What do they say?
They ask, but doesn't changing how I speak make me a fake person?
Ah, I see.
Yeah, they say, if I use fancy formal words with my boss, but I use heavy slang with my friends, am I being dishonest?
That is a very deep question, and honestly, it is a completely natural fear.
It is. People feel like they're hiding who they really are.
We all want to be authentic. We all want to be true to ourselves. But changing your register is not being fake at all.
It's not.
No. Let me give you an analogy to explain why.
Oh, I love a good analogy. Paint a picture for me.
Okay. Think about clothing. Imagine you are going to the beach on a very hot summer day. What do you wear?
Well, I wear a swimsuit. Maybe a t-shirt and sandals. It is perfect for the beach.
Right. It makes perfect sense for that environment. Now imagine you are invited to a very Formal, elegant wedding at a beautiful church.
Okay.
What do you wear to the wedding?
I wear a nice suit or a beautiful formal dress.
Right. You definitely would not wear your swimsuit to the formal wedding.
No.
Yeah.
It'd be a complete disaster. People would stare at me. It'd be so embarrassing.
They certainly would stare. But here's the important question about that.
Okay, what is the question?
Are you a fake person because you changed your clothes? Did you lose your personality just because you put on a suit instead of a swimsuit?
Oh, wow. No, of course not. I am the exact same person inside.
Exactly.
I have the same heart, the same jokes, the same memories. I am just dressed appropriately for the occasion.
Yes. Registers just the clothing for your thoughts.
Clothing for your thoughts. I really, really love that phrase.
You are the same intelligent person. You are just dressing your language for the room you are in.
That makes it feel much less scary. Let's ask the listener to think about this clothing analogy for a second.
Okay.
Listener, what is an item of clothing you wear only at home when you are relaxing?
Something very comfortable that you would never, ever wear to work.
Yeah. Think of that item of clothing and say it out loud right now.
Go ahead. Just name the clothing item.
For me, it is a very old, very soft pair of gray sweatpants. They actually have a hole in the knee.
Sounds very cozy.
They are incredibly comfortable.
Yeah.
But I would never, ever wear them to the office.
And your informal, casual English is exactly like those comfortable sweatpants.
Oh, I see.
It is perfect for home. It is perfect for relaxing with friends. But when we go to work, we put on our linguistic suit.
That is such a clear way to see it. But this makes me think of another much deeper question.
Let's hear it.
If register is how we dress our language, who decides the rules?
That's the big question.
Right, like who decides which words are the fancy suit and which words are the sweatpants?
Right.
Why is the boss's language considered professional and the teenager's slang considered unprofessional?
Oh, now we were stepping into a really fascinating area of sociology.
Are we?
Yes. This is all about something called sociolinguistic prestige.
Sociolinguistic prestige. Let's slow down and look at that big term.
Yes, it is a big one. Before we define it, let's have the listener try saying that big phrase. It is really good pronunciation practice.
Good idea. Repeat after me, listener. Sociolinguistic prestige.
Give it a try. Take your time and say it out loud.
Great job. So what does it mean?
Well, prestige simply means respect, admiration, or high status.
Okay, respect and high status.
Yes, society decides that some ways of speaking deserve more respect than others.
But why? Is one language naturally better?
What do you mean?
Like, is formal English naturally more logical or smarter than street slang?
This is a crucial point. It is honestly one of the most important things to understand about language learning.
Okay, I am listening.
The answer is no. Absolutely not.
Wait, really? Not at all.
Not at all. Linguists, the scientists who study human language, all agree on this.
Agree on what, exactly?
On a purely scientific linguistic level, no language, no dialect, and no accent is naturally better or smarter than another.
That is surprising to hear.
It is true. Every single human language perfectly serves its purpose, which is to communicate ideas.
So, if a teenager uses heavy street slang with their friends, that slang is just as logical as a university professor's vocabulary.
Yes. The grammar rules of slang are often very complex. The vocabulary is incredibly rich. Linguistically, they are 100% equal.
Okay, but I am confused. If all dialects are equal in logic, why do we think some sound fancier or more correct?
Right.
Like, why does my English teacher correct my slang if it is equal?
Because of social power.
Social power, what does that mean?
It is not about the words themselves. It is about the people speaking the words.
Oh, I see.
Society simply assigns prestige to the language spoken by the people who have the most power.
The people with power. You mean like the wealthy, the highly educated, the people on the news?
Exactly. Whatever language the powerful people speak naturally becomes the standard language. It becomes the prestige language.
So it is considered the correct way simply because powerful people use it.
You got it. It is not that the words themselves are scientifically better.
It is just that powerful people use those words. And because they have money and power, their language gets power too.
Exactly. And this specific type of power is called overt prestige.
Overt prestige. Okay, overt means open, clear, and obvious. Right.
Yes. Overt prestige is the standard language you learn in a grammar textbook. It is the language of schools, universities, and official news broadcasts.
That makes sense. Let's make sure our listener is following this idea because it is a big one.
Good idea.
Listener, think about your own native language for a second. Is there a specific accent or dialect in your country that is considered the news broadcaster accent?
Like the one that sounds very official, very proper.
Yeah. Think about watching the evening news in your country. Just say yes or no out loud if you have an accent like that.
Take a couple of seconds to think about it.
In almost every country in the world, the answer is yes.
There is usually one accent, often from the capital city or maybe the wealthiest region, that is seen as the official standard.
It is so interesting how that works globally.
Let me tell you a famous story about how powerful this idea of prestige really is.
Oh, I love a good story. Paint the scene for us.
It is a very well-known story in linguistics. It takes place in New York City in the year 1966.
Okay, New York, 1966.
Got it. A researcher wanted to study how people pronounce the letter R in English.
The letter R. Just that one sound.
Yes. Now, you have to understand, New York in the 1960s, at that time, pronouncing a strong R sound at the end of a word was considered a sign of high social class, wealth, and prestige.
Let me clarify. So saying a word like car with a very strong R at the end was considered fancy.
Yes, exactly. And dropping the R, saying something like ka, was considered working class or lower class.
Okay, so the R sound was literally a symbol of wealth. What did the researcher do?
He designed a brilliant experiment. He visited 3 different department stores in New York.
3 different stores. Why 3?
Well, one was a very expensive luxury store. Only rich people shop there.
Okay.
One was a middle-tier average store for everyday people. And one was a budget, cheaper store.
Oh, I can picture it perfectly. 3 stores representing 3 different levels of wealth in society.
Right. So the researcher walked into each store acting like a normal customer. He found a worker and asked a simple question.
What did he ask?
He already knew the answer was on the 4th floor of the building, but he would ask, "Excuse me, where are the women's shoes?"
And the worker would reply, 4th floor.
Exactly. That phrase has 2 R sounds in it. 4th floor.
That is very clever.
Right. He listened closely to see who actually pronounced those R sounds. And the results perfectly matched social class.
Let me guess. The workers in the luxury store pronounced the R strongly, and the budget store workers dropped it.
Exactly. The workers in a luxury store wanted to sound wealthy and prestigious to match their rich customers.
And the workers in the budget store.
They just spoke their natural working class dialect. They didn't feel the need to impress anyone.
Wow, so the language perfectly matched the environment? That is fascinating.
Let's pause for a quick listener activity here. I want you to practice this pronunciation.
Say the phrase 4th floor out loud and really push the R sound strongly. Make it sound very clear and prestigious.
Try it now. 4th floor.
Good practice. But you said the story gets even more interesting. What else happened?
Here's where human psychology comes in, and it is amazing. After the worker answered 4th floor, the researcher would pretend he didn't hear them.
Oh, what did he do?
He would lean in, look confused, and say, "Excuse me."
Oh, he forced them to repeat the answer.
Yes, and when forced to repeat themselves, the workers in the middle-tier store did something incredible.
What did they do?
They suddenly pronounced the R very, very strongly. In fact, they pronounced it much stronger than even the luxury store workers.
Wait, really? But why? Why did the middle-class workers push the R sound so hard the second time?
Because of a psychological phenomenon called hypercorrection.
Hypercorrection. Let's break that down. Hyper means over or too much. And correction means to fix something.
Right.
So they overfixed their language.
Exactly. When the middle-class workers were asked to repeat themselves, they suddenly felt self-conscious. They felt nervous.
Oh, I understand. They wanted to sound polite, professional, and educated.
Yes. They wanted to reach for that overt prestige. So they tried too hard. They overcorrected and pushed the R sound unnaturally loud.
Oh, wow. I actually feel bad for them. It is like trying too hard to look cool at a party and you just end up looking super awkward.
We all do it. It is a deeply human reaction. Whenever we feel nervous about our social status or we really want to impress someone, we hypercorrect.
We use words that are too big or we speak too stiffly.
Exactly. We put on a linguistic suit that is just a little bit too big for us.
That is so relatable. This happens in second language learning all the time.
It really does.
Listener, let me ask you, have you ever done this? Have you ever used a very big, complicated word in an email or a meeting just because you wanted to sound smart, even if a simple word was actually better?
Just say yes or no out loud right now. Be honest. We have all done it.
Take a second.
I know, I definitely have done it.
Oh, me too. I once used the word utilize instead of use 5 times in one single meeting. I just wanted to sound like a professional adult.
It makes total sense. We all want to fit in with that overt prestige.
But here's where the story of prestige takes a little twist, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. There is actually another kind of prestige.
Okay, tell me about it.
If overt prestige is the language of the powerful, the rich, and the elite, covert prestige is the exact opposite.
Covert. That is an interesting word. Covert means hidden or secret, right? Like a covert spy operation in a movie.
Yes, exactly. Covert prestige happens when people intentionally use incorrect grammar or heavy slang.
Intentionally.
Yeah.
You mean they know the standard rules, but they choose to break them on purpose?
Yes.
But why would someone choose to sound incorrect on purpose? If standard English gets you respect from the boss, why use slang?
Because they are seeking respect from a totally different group.
Oh, I see.
They do not want to sound like the rich boss or the strict teacher. They want to sound tough, loyal, and deeply connected to their specific community.
Ah, so they completely reject the fancy suit and choose to wear a leather jacket, linguistically speaking.
Perfect analogy. Covert prestige is heavily tied to group solidarity.
Solidarity, meaning standing together with your group.
Right, it shows you belong to the neighborhood. And interestingly, sociologists see really big differences here when it comes to gender.
Really? How does gender play a role in this?
Across many different cultures and decades, studies show a consistent pattern. Women often lean towards standard formal language.
Meaning they lean toward the overt prestige.
Yes, but working class men often lean toward non-standard language. They use heavy slang and they drop word endings.
So they lean toward covert prestige. That is fascinating. Why do you think that pattern exists?
Well, there are many theories. One strong theory is that non-standard language is historically associated with physical toughness, rebellion, and street smarts.
Which are traditional masculine ideals in many cultures.
Exactly. Standard language, however, is often associated with politeness, correctness, and social climbing.
And society has traditionally pressured women to care more about those things.
Exactly.
So a young man might use heavy slang to show his friends, look, I am tough, I am one of you, I am not trying to be some fancy academic.
Right. That slang has immense covert prestige. It gives him high status in his friend group, even if his school teacher completely hates it.
I love that. Let's ask our listener about slang, because slang is just fun to think about.
It really is.
Listener, think of a slang word in your native language. A word that makes you feel cool or makes you feel connected to your friends. A word you would never, ever use in a formal job interview.
Say that slang word out loud right now. Go ahead, use your covert prestige.
I love thinking about slang. It is so colorful and alive.
It is the heartbeat of a community, really.
But wait, let me push back a little here. I have a serious question about all of this.
Please, go ahead.
If standard language is just about power, and slang makes us feel connected to our true friends, why do we bother learning the standard language?
That is a very fair question.
Right. Why are our listeners working so incredibly hard to learn formal English if it is just a game of rich people's power? Why not just speak however we want?
That is a brilliant question. It is honestly the most important question for any language learner, and the answer is just one word.
What is the word?
Access.
Access, like opening a door.
Yes. Learning standard formal language is like being handed a heavy ring of keys.
A ring of keys. Okay, I am listening.
You do not have to love the keys. You do not have to think the keys are naturally better or more beautiful than anything else. But mastering standard language gives you the keys to open closed doors in society.
Oh, I understand now. The door to a university education.
Right.
The door to an international job. The door to a medical profession or a courtroom.
Exactly. You learn standard English not because it is better than your local slang. You learn it so you have the freedom to walk through any door you choose.
And once you are inside that room, you can change the system. You can bring your true self into the room.
Exactly. But first, you need the key to get in.
That is a very empowering way to look at language learning. It is not about changing who I am. It is not about pretending to be someone else.
No, not at all.
It is just about collecting keys. So I have choices in life.
Choices. That is exactly what it is.
Listener, let's practice this mindset together. I want you to repeat this short sentence out loud right now to build your confidence.
Just say, I am collecting keys.
Try it. Say it out loud. I am collecting keys.
Beautiful. Keep collecting those keys. Every new word you learn is a new key on your ring.
So we use language to fit in at work and to open professional doors. But we don't just use language for jobs, do we?
No, we don't. We use it to build our entire identity.
And I think this is incredibly obvious and something we all love. Music.
Yes. Music is the absolute perfect place to see language and identity working together.
How so? I mean, I just listen to music because it sounds good.
Yeah.
How is it building my identity?
Well, sociologists use a framework called social identity theory.
Okay, another theory.
It is very simple. It explains how humans build their sense of self based on the groups or tribes that they belong to.
Okay.
And it happens in 3 simple steps: categorization, identification, and comparison.
Let's take those slowly. That is some big academic vocabulary. Categorization, identification, comparison.
Right. Step 1 is categorization. Humans naturally divide the world into categories. We put things in boxes.
Yeah, that is true. We say things like, there are cool kids and there are nerds, or there are heavy metal fans and there are classical music fans.
Exactly. We put people in boxes to understand a complicated world.
Okay, so that is step 1. What is step 2?
Step 2 is identification. We choose a box for ourselves. We say, I am a heavy metal fan.
Oh, I see. We take on the identity of that group. We start wearing the black t-shirts.
Exactly. And then comes step 3, comparison.
Comparison. So we look at our group and we compare it to other groups.
Yes. And usually we decide our group is the best. We say heavy metal fans are so much cooler and more authentic than pop music fans.
It is human nature. We always want our team to win.
Let's pause and have the listener practice these 3 important words. It is really good pronunciation practice.
Good idea. I will say them and you repeat them aloud. Categorization, identification, comparison.
Try saying all 3 words out loud right now.
Well done. So how do musicians use language to play this exact game of identity?
Let's contrast 2 different types of musical artists. Let's call them Artist A and Artist B.
Okay, paint a picture of our Artist A for me.
Imagine Artist A. They write songs using very formal, poetic, and sometimes spiritual language.
Very elevated, beautiful register.
Yes, they sing slowly about heritage, history, and tradition.
I can imagine that perfectly.
Ah.
Very beautiful, maybe acoustic music. They sound like a wise teacher or a guardian of an ancient culture.
Exactly. Now look at Artist B. Artist B is totally different.
What do they sound like?
They rely heavily on modern street slang, informal tones, bold jokes, and aggressive satire.
Oh, a completely different vibe.
Yes. They are loud, they are confrontational, they use the dirty, real language of the city streets.
I can picture it. They sound like the voice of angry, energetic youth. They're breaking all the rules.
Yes. Now, here is the crucial point about these 2 artists. These are not just artistic choices about the drum beat or the melody.
But they aren't?
No. These vocabulary choices are linguistic flags.
Linguistic flags, like waving a flag for a country.
Exactly like that. When Artist A uses formal poetic words, they are planting a flag.
And what does the flag say?
It says, I belong to the traditional cultural reality. If you listen to me, you belong to this tribe too.
Oh, I understand. And when Artist B uses harsh slang, they plant a different flag.
Yes. A flag that says, I belong to the modern, rebellious youth reality. They are choosing their social identity through their vocabulary.
That is so true. So when we as the listeners choose to listen to them, we're also choosing an identity.
Yes. If I sing along with Artist B's slang in my car, I am identifying with that rebellious youth culture for a few minutes.
The music literally becomes the soundtrack of your social identity. That makes perfect sense.
Let's do a quick listener activity here.
Think about the music in your own native country right now.
Think of one traditional older song that your grandparents might really like.
And then think of one modern rap or pop song on the radio today. Notice how different the words are.
Just think of the titles of those 2 songs and say them out loud. Name an old song and a new song from your country.
Go ahead.
You can almost feel the register shift between those 2 songs, can't you?
You really can. One is a formal suit and one is a torn leather jacket.
Exactly. But this makes me think of an extreme situation.
An extreme situation. What happens when that youth culture goes beyond just using slang in a song?
Yes. What happens when a group of teenagers tries to build an entirely new reality, to reject normal society completely?
Wow. Can they actually do that just with language?
They can. They create something sociologists call an anti-language.
Anti-language. Okay, let's break that down. Anti means against, so it is a language against something.
Yes, an anti-language is not just a casual dialect or a few slang words. It is a complete language system.
Who creates it?
It is created by an anti-society. An anti-society is a group of people who consciously want to exist completely outside the rules of normal society.
Okay, think of criminal gangs, rebels, or maybe prisoners in a jail.
Exactly. They hate normal society, so they create a secret society. And they need a secret language to hide their activities from the police or the guards.
Right, they need to hide, but they also need to build a new world for themselves.
Let's look at a famous literary example to explain how this works.
Oh, from a book.
Yes. There is a very famous classic book, and it became a famous movie too, about a violent teenage gang in a dark future city.
Oh, I know the one you mean. The teenagers wear strange hats, they carry canes, and they sit in a bar drinking milk before they cause trouble.
Yes, that is the one. In this book, the teen gang speaks a completely made-up language. It is an anti-language called NADSAT.
NADSAT, the author invented it just for the book, right?
He did. But how do you build an anti-language like that? Do you have to invent completely new grammar rules, like a fantasy language in a movie?
That sounds like it would take way too long for a street gang to do.
Exactly, it takes too long. Instead, you keep the standard grammar, but you change the vocabulary.
Okay.
This process has a great technical name. It is called relexification.
Relexification. Wow, that is a huge word. Well, let's have a listener try it just for fun. It is great mouth gymnastics.
Good idea. Break it down. Relexification. Repeat it aloud.
Try it. Relexification.
Good. Lexis means words or vocabulary. Relexification simply means replacing old words with new, invented words.
Ah, I get it. So the skeleton of the sentence, the grammar, is totally normal English.
But the nouns and verbs are secret codes.
Okay, give me an example. How would a gang member speak in this book?
Well, in normal English, you might say, the boy walked down the street and looked at the man.
Very simple standard sentence.
But using the NADSAT anti-language, the gang member would say, the droog walked down the street and viddied the vec.
The droog viddied the vec. That sounds crazy.
But look at the grammar. Walked and looked are still past tense. The structure is normal, but the nouns and verbs are completely strange.
It keeps outsiders, like the police, completely in the dark. If a police officer heard that, they would have no idea what viddied means.
Exactly. It creates an exclusive secret club. But here's the most fascinating part about anti-languages and rebel gangs.
What is that?
Even in a rebellion, there are strict rules.
Rules. Wait, I thought the whole point of being a violent rebel gang was to break all the rules.
You break the rules of normal society, yes. But inside the anti-society, inside the gang, the rules are incredibly strict.
Really? About language?
Yes, it is all about performance.
What kind of performance? Like acting on a stage?
Linguistic performance. If a gang member uses the anti-language with poor grammar or misuses the secret vocabulary, they lose their status immediately.
They get downgraded in the gang.
Yes, they become what the group might call a sucker or a fool.
Wait, so even violent street rebels are grammar snobs?
Yes, absolutely. In that famous book we mentioned, the gang leader physically punishes his friend for having bad linguistic performance.
That's joking.
I'm serious. His friend uses a word incorrectly and the leader beats him up.
That is incredible. So language is literally a weapon, but only if you hold it correctly.
Precisely. If you forget the password or use bad grammar, you get kicked out of the secret club.
Let's test our listeners' linguistic performance right now. I'm going to say a sentence. I want you to try to repeat it exactly as I say it.
Ready? Here is the sentence. The secret club has very strict rules.
Now you try. Repeat it out loud. The secret club has very strict rules.
Excellent performance. You would survive in the secret club.
Okay, so inside the gang, this secret anti-language gives you immense power. It makes you cool, it makes you a leader.
Yes, it does.
But what happens when you take that rebel language out of the gang and try to use it in the real world?
Give me a scenario. Where are they using it?
Well, what happens if the teenage gang leader gets arrested and he tries to talk to the police using his secret slang?
That is a great question. That brings us to a very deep concept called the entitlement to irony.
Entitlement to irony. Let's break that down. Entitlement means you have a right to do something. You are allowed to do it.
Yes.
And irony means using sarcasm, mockery, or making a joke out of a serious situation.
Exactly. So in the story, the teen gang leader is sitting in the police station. He is surrounded by officers.
A very serious environment.
Yes, and he tries to use his secret slang and his sarcasm against the police officers. He tries to be funny, arrogant, and clever.
And does it work? Does it look cool?
It fails completely.
It fails. Why?
It fails because irony, sarcasm, and mockery are privileges of the powerful.
Wow. Let me just think about that for a second. Sarcasm is a privilege of power. That is a heavy statement.
It is deeply true. Only those who are speaking the accepted formal register of society are permitted to use irony effectively in a serious situation.
Because the state, the police, the judges, they hold the physical and legal power.
Right. Therefore, their standard language always wins in a serious clash.
So when the teenager uses his street slang to mock the police don't feel threatened at all.
Not even a little bit. They just look at him like he is a foolish, annoying child. The anti-language has absolutely zero power in the police station.
Exactly. The police officer simply tells him to stop using his clever talk and speak properly.
Right. The anti-language only provides a temporary identity while you are safely with your friends on the street.
But eventually, if you want to survive, succeed, and be taken seriously in the broader society, you have to grow up and adopt the formal registers.
You have to learn standard English to play the big game.
You know, this idea of sarcasm failing perfectly reminds me of speaking a second language.
How so?
Have you ever tried to make a sarcastic joke in a foreign language and people just stare at you in silence?
Oh, yes. It is the absolute worst feeling in the world.
It is. Because you didn't have the perfect control of the register, the joke completely failed. You sounded rude or just confusing instead of funny.
Humor requires perfect, microscopic control of register. One wrong word and the joke is dead.
Let's ask our listener about this. Listener, have you ever tried to be sarcastic or make a joke in English and it completely failed?
Where people just looked at you in silence and didn't laugh.
Just nod your head or say yes out loud if you remember a time. Think of that awkward moment.
If you remembered a moment, please do not feel bad at all. We have all been there. It is literally a rite of passage in language learning.
It really is. And that actually perfectly leads into our next topic today.
We are going to talk about comedy now, right?
Yes. We have talked about how serious register can be, talk about jobs, police stations, and rebel gangs. But intentionally using the wrong register can also be incredibly funny.
I love this part. Comedy is my absolute favorite part of sociolinguistics.
Yeah.
Humor almost always comes from breaking societal rules on purpose.
Okay, so how do comedians use register to make us laugh?
Well, comedians are masters of language. There are 3 main ways they shift registers to create comedy.
3 ways. Okay, what is the first one?
The first one is called shifting up.
Shifting up. Does that mean getting more formal? Like putting on the suit?
Yes, but doing it in a completely ridiculous, exaggerated way.
Okay, give me an example.
You use wildly overcomplicated, posh academic jargon to talk about something very simple and stupid just to confuse people.
Oh, like a TV host using such elevated grammar to talk about eating a hot dog that no one knows what they're saying?
Exactly. Or picture this. Imagine someone pronouncing the word aeroplane.
Okay, normally in everyday speech, you just say airplane.
Right. But to shift up for comedy, a comedian might puff out their chest, lift their nose in the air, and say in a very British, exaggerated voice, pardon me while I board my glorious aeroplane.
Making it 3 exaggerated syllables just to sound fancy, that is hilarious.
It is funny because it is too formal for modern life. It breaks the rule.
Listener, I want you to try this. It feels silly, but is great practice for tone.
Say the word aeroplane in the fanciest, most exaggerated, wealthy voice you can imagine.
Go ahead, have fun with it, be dramatic. Try it right now.
I wish I could hear you. I'm sure it sounded very posh. So that is shifting up.
Okay, so what is the next comedic tool?
The second one is shifting down.
Let me guess. If shifting up is being too formal, shifting down is using incredibly informal, casual, or harsh language in a very polite setting.
Exactly. It is entirely for shock value.
Shock value.
Yes. Imagine you are at a very elegant, quiet dinner party. Maybe you are having dinner with a king and queen.
Okay, lots of candles. Everyone is whispering politely. Very tense, very formal environment.
Yes. And suddenly, a guest leans over and uses loud, harsh, dirty street slang to ask for the soul.
Oh my gosh, The shock of the wrong register completely breaks the tension. You laugh because it is just so inappropriate.
Right. We laugh to release the tension of the broken rule.
That makes sense. Okay, what is the third type of comedic shift?
The third is called lateral shifting. Lateral means moving side to side horizontally.
Side to side. So you're not going more formal and you're not going less formal.
Right. You keep the exact same tone, the formality stays exactly the same, but you change the topic entirely.
You link to completely unrelated realities. Could you give me an example of this one?
Sure. Imagine a politician giving a very serious, very boring speech about the global economy.
Okay. He says, the interest rates are rising, the banks are failing. He has a deep, serious voice.
Yes. But suddenly, using the exact same serious tone, he starts analyzing a cartoon mouse.
Wait, what?
He says, and furthermore, Mickey Mouse's shoes are far too large for his anatomical structure.
Ah, I see. The tone tells your brain, this is serious, but the words say, this is a cartoon. It confuses the brain.
Yes. So comedy is basically just surprising the brain with the wrong puzzle piece.
That is a fantastic way to say it. It is linguistic misdirection. It is a magic trick with words.
You expect one register and the comedian gives you another.
Let's give our listener a funny scenario to imagine.
Okay.
Listener, imagine you go to your doctor for a very serious health checkup. You are worried, but your doctor walks in and suddenly starts speaking like a teenage skateboarder.
The doctor says, whoa, dude, your heart rate is totally gnarly today. High five.
How would you react? Say your reaction out loud. Imagine that happening. What do you say?
I would probably run out of the hospital as fast as I could.
Right. It is funny in a comedy sketch on TV, but it is terrifying in real life.
Exactly. Which brings us back to reality. Comedy is great, but in real life, we need to make sure we are using the right puzzle piece when it really matters.
Yes, we don't want to accidentally do comedy when we're trying to be serious.
This is crucial. Let's talk about mastering the academic and professional rooms.
Yes. For many of our adult listeners, this is the most important part of learning English. They need to write professional emails, write university essays, or give business presentations.
Yes. Academic and professional writing demands a very specific register. Generally, it has 4 main features.
4 features. Okay, what are they?
Formality, lexical precision, conceptual specificity, and objectivity.
Let's slow down. Those are big concepts. Let's break them down. Formality simply means avoiding slang, right?
Yes, no slang, no abbreviations. Lexical precision means choosing exact, specific words, not vague words like good or bad.
Right. But what about that last one? Objectivity.
That is the most important feature, and honestly the one that English learners struggle with the most. Academic writing uses impersonal language.
Impersonal, meaning not personal. So you don't talk about yourself. You don't write, I think or I feel.
Correct. In academic writing, you want to keep the focus entirely on the evidence, the data, and the facts, not the person looking at the data.
But why? If I did the experiment, why can't I say, I found that the water boiled?
Because science and academia want to remove human bias. If you say, I think, it sounds like a personal opinion.
But instead, if you say, the data indicates, it sounds stronger. It sounds like a universal fact.
Exactly. The data indicates is much more powerful than I think.
Let's have the listener practice this important word. I am going to say the word objective.
I want you to repeat it out loud and remember that it means focusing on facts, not human feelings.
Say the word objective.
Very good. Now, here is a secret about university writing that many people don't know.
Oh, a secret.
Even within the academic world, the register changes depending on your specific discipline or subject.
Really? So a university history paper sounds different from a biology paper? They aren't just both formal.
Absolutely not. They use very different tools. Let's look at 3 disciplines quickly. First, the humanities. Subjects like literature, history, and art.
Okay, humanities. What is the register there?
The register here is interpretive.
Interpretive, meaning trying to find the deeper meaning of something. Can you give an example sentence?
Yes. In a university literature paper, you might write, the text interrogates the hidden mechanisms of power within the family.
Oh, wow. Interrogates the hidden mechanisms of power. Very poetic, very deep. You are interpreting the author's hidden meaning.
Exactly. Now, what about the social sciences? Subjects like psychology, sociology, or economics.
Okay, what do they sound like?
Social sciences are analytical. They blend human theory with hard data, so you might write, the variables in the study indicate a high correlation between stress and sleep.
Variables indicate a high correlation. It sounds much more mathematical. You're analyzing numbers to explain human behavior.
Right, and finally, what about the natural sciences? Biology, chemistry, physics.
I assume they're the most strict.
Yes. Natural sciences are highly formal. They are completely objective and impersonal. They focus purely on procedures and results.
You remove the human entirely.
Yes, you were right. The chemical solution was heated to 100 degrees Celsius. You do not say, "I heated the water." No emotion, no interpretation, just cold facts.
So we have humanities, which is interpretive and poetic. We have social sciences, which is analytical and uses data. And we have natural sciences, which is completely factual and impersonal.
That is a great summary. Listener, which of those three subjects sounds the most interesting to you? Humanities, social sciences, or natural sciences?
Say your choice out loud. What do you prefer studying?
Whatever you chose, the key to success is to learn the specific register of that field.
Right. The biggest mistake university students make is what professors call inappropriate register mixing.
Inappropriate mixing. Is that like wearing a tuxedo jacket but wearing sweatpants on the bottom? Mixing the wrong puzzle pieces?
Exactly. Imagine reading a highly formal, serious medical report, and suddenly the writer uses casual street slang.
Oh no! Give me an example of that.
Imagine writing, "The results of the medical test are statistically significant," and this shows that people are really bummed out about it.
Oh wow. Bummed out is way too casual for a medical report. It completely destroys the trust. If I read that, I would think the doctor was not a real doctor.
Exactly. It weakens the authority of the text. Instead of bummed out, you should write, "The results are statistically significant, indicating a high level of public concern."
Much better. Indicating a high level of public concern. It sounds professional. The tuxedo jacket matches the tuxedo pants.
Let's give our listener a challenge. This is a mini quiz to test what we just learned.
I love quizzes. How does it work?
I'm going to say a very informal, casual phrase, like sweatpants language. I want you, the listener, to try to think of a way to say it more formally. Put a suit on the sentence.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here's the informal phrase. There were a lot of big problems at the factory.
How can you make a lot of big problems sound formal and professional? Think about it and try saying your professional answer out loud.
Take a few seconds. There were a lot of big problems at the factory.
That was a tough one. How did they do? What is a good answer?
I'm sure they did great. A good, formal academic answer would be, "The facility exhibited several significant operational deficiencies."
Operational deficiencies. That is quite the linguistic suit. It sounds heavy, but it perfectly shows the difference between chatting with a friend and writing a professional report.
Exactly. And that concept, the ability to shift from sweatpants to a suit, brings us to the end of our conversation today.
We have covered so much ground today.
We really have. We explored some deep ideas. We learned that language isn't just about memorizing grammar rules. It is a powerful social tool.
We explored how society creates overt prestige for the rich, and how youth groups create covert prestige to rebel.
We talked about how comedians use the wrong register to make us laugh, and how to write professionally by remaining objective.
Let's ask our listener one final reflection question. Think back over everything we discussed today. What was your absolute favorite part of today's conversation?
What surprised you the most? Just say a few words out loud to yourself. Share your thought out loud.
Thank you for reflecting on that. Now, knowing all of this linguistic theory is wonderful, but how do we turn it into practice?
Right. How do our adult listeners actually build their confidence in English tomorrow morning?
Well, we have a very practical, actionable takeaway for you. We want to help you optimize how you approach learning.
We recommend starting a simple 10-minute daily speaking habit. Consistency is the key to steady progress over time.
A 10-minute daily habit. That sounds totally manageable. How exactly does it work?
It is simple, but it is really powerful. Tomorrow morning, spend the first 5 minutes speaking out loud to yourself about your daily morning routine, but do it casually. Talk as if you are chatting with your best friend over coffee.
So you might say, yeah, I dragged myself out of bed at 7, made some strong coffee, and just chilled on the sofa for a bit, checking my phone.
Perfect. That practices your informal speaking. Then for the next 5 minutes, describe the exact same morning routine, but shift your register. Describe it highly formally.
Imagine you are presenting a scientific report on human behavior to a board of directors.
Oh, I love this exercise. So you would say, at 07:00 hours, I initiated my waking sequence. I procured a caffeinated beverage and engaged in a brief period of stationary reflection while reviewing digital communications.
Yes, exactly. It sounds funny, but doing this daily builds an incredible skill called circumlocution.
Circumlocution. That means talking around a word you don't know, right?
Yes, it forces your brain to find different pathways to say the exact same thing. If you practice shifting from casual to formal every single day, you optimize your speaking skills.
When you are finally in a real stressful situation, your brain will quickly find the right words.
It is brilliant practice. It touches on vocabulary, speaking confidence, and active recall.
Let's have the listener start right now, just for 10 seconds. Listener, in just a few simple words, describe what you did this morning casually, just as if you were talking to me.
Try it. Say one sentence about your morning.
Great start. Build that into a 10-minute daily habit. Focus on it every day, and your confidence will soar. You will never feel like you are wearing the wrong linguistic clothes again.
As we wrap up our cozy chat today, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought, something deep to think about as you go about your day.
I am ready. What is it?
Next time you open your mouth to speak English, whether you are at the grocery store, in a business meeting, or talking to a friend, remember that you aren't just choosing words from a dictionary.
You are choosing your identity for that exact moment. Every single sentence is a chance to show the world a different part of yourself.
You hold the keys. So the question is not just, what do you want to say? The real question is, who do you want to be today?
That is a beautiful thought to end on. Thank you so much for joining us in our living room today and for speaking aloud with us. You did a wonderful job participating.
We are so proud of your progress. Keep practicing your 10-minute habit, keep collecting those keys, and we will talk to you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful day.